Hey guys, it's just me here, and I'm going to start doing a new review show. The thing is, you might be wondering why I have a giant picture of Naruto on the screen. That's actually because I couldn't find a good picture of me recently. I really need to take one, and so I'm kind of stuck with this, so live with it. Anyways, the new show I'm going to be doing is a month in review show where I review the entire month of gaming and see if you should save your money for next month or if you should go out and buy these games this month. It's going to actually be a bi-monthly series. There's going to be two. One every 2 weeks and two every, the other 2 weeks in the month. But since I kind of came late with the whole idea, I am going to do the whole month of September right here, right now. So, let's start off with the exclusive PS3 games.
Not like I need to depend upon anyone, since I can see the lack of need for me to be here at all. One more anthem for the know-it-all. I won't be standing up for long. I better learn how to crawl. Learn how to crawl. In 10 minutes I'll be laying out flat on the floor.
So Ninja Gaiden 2. This is a very superb game for a port. It is just fantastic. I mean, it's not too difficult. They actually balanced out the unforgiving, grindingly difficult. I mean, if you played Ninja Gaiden 2, it was harder than the original American version of Devil May Cry 3. That game was just hard. With Sigma 2, it really balances out the difficulty. It can still be quite a challenge to beat the game, but it really does balance out that difficulty curve. Another thing that it actually adds to the series is the ability to go online and play with other characters and play through the campaign. Speaking of that, not only do you have Rachel back with her own story and her own bosses to beat, you have another girl whose name escapes me, who has made a big role in the Ninja Gaiden series and has been in a bunch of the Dead or Alive games. So you can play as those three characters, you can get online, and you can play online campaign. Oh, and did I mention, you can wave your 6-axis up and down, make the breast of the women go, and feminism marches on, slowly. Anyways, if you were thrown away or shoved away by Ninja Gaiden 2 on the 360 because it was that freaking difficult, this one is a more balanced difficulty, it has more options, and instead of having it has a normal survival mode where you take on a bunch of enemies. You can access that in the main menu mode other than having to access it during the campaign. So if you really want to get a fair, balanced version of Ninja Gaiden 2, or if you just want to play it for the extra features, the new campaigns, the online play, then definitely pick this one up. But if you've never really been a big Ninja Gaiden fan, I would say don't get it, because it's got the same things that have Katamari Forever. I actually do not have a lot to say about Katamari Forever, because there's not much to say. Let me try to explain something to you about video games. If you've never liked a video game series, no one ever will convince you to go play that series. Case in point, if you've never liked a Katamari game, I will not be able to convince you to go buy this one. But if you've loved the Katamari series, I couldn't convince you not to go get it, but I can try. The only thing they really added to Katamari Forever was an online co-op play. I mean, they still got all that same stuff. You can get online and do battles, and you can free roll, all the same stuff from the 360 game. And that's really it. It's got a 5 to 6 campaign, maybe even 4 if you can usually breeze by it in 4 hours on the campaign mode. They have a bunch of modes you can play offline and off. You can get treasures and stuff like that. And that's it. The thing that really sucks about it is that's every single Katamari game. They never really mix it up. Oh, okay, I gotta admit, it has some pretty decent graphics, and the music's gonna be stuck in your head forever. But it doesn't have enough game, it doesn't have enough design, it's not there. If you can get it for $30 or $40, I'd really only pay for about $20 for this game, then definitely go for it. But even if you're the most giantest Katamari fan, I'm going to try, even though I know it's a failure's effort, but I'm going to try to get you not to pay all $60 for this game. It's not worth it. You are going to be ripped off. And if you've never liked Katamari, then why are you still listening to this review? Now, before I go into the PSP exclusives, I know there were a bunch of them that came out, but I'm only going to go into the two I played right now. The two ones I really played the hell out of. And another thing I'm going to bring up. I'm going to bring up a game that was technically on the PlayStation 2. And I do not count the PlayStation 2 as a console anymore. Yes, I will stop the video right now so you can go get the socks that just blown off. I'm sorry, the PS2 to me is just not a valuable console anymore. It's got really nothing exclusive for itself. All the games for it are just games that are coming out bigger and better on other consoles. So, in this case, MotorStorm Arctic Edge for the PSP to me is considered a PSP exclusive. So, let's get started.
To me, go back to bed. I'm terrified that she'll wind up dead in his hands. She's just a woman who'll never again been in the bowl, but not like this. Seen it before, but not like this. Never before have I ever seen it this bad. She's just a
MotorStorm Arctic Edge. This is quite possibly one of the best racing games on the PSP. It's up there with Wipeout Pulse and Pure. We'll have to see if Gran Turismo is better, but enough about that. It's Arctic Edge. It's got everything you'd want from a MotorStorm game. It's got racing on a particular type of plane, Pacific Rift. This one's in the Arctic. And it's got online racing. How awesome is that? I mean, there aren't too many online games for the PSP. I mean, name any other than Resistance Retribution and Star Wars Battle Frontier Renegade Squadron. It's really hard. But this is perfect online racing. 6 players, only 6, but oh well, it will work. Where you can play racing modes and all that kind of junk. It's a lot of fun to play. I have a great time getting online and using cars that they have there, or putting my own car that was in that I used for the campaign and driving it. Yeah, there is a campaign mode, of course, like everyone, where you go through a bunch of races, you get cars, you get parts, all that junk, and they added 2 new vehicles to the whole Arctic Edge thing. They added the snowmobile, which is basically just a jet ski with snow things on the bottom, and they added this huge snow buggy. It's this huge truck. It's basically the replacement for the monster truck. And all the vehicles have like snow adaptions. They really went into little details. Like some trucks have those metal things in front of them so they can push through snow. And you might be wondering, one of the things about MotorStorm is when you boost too much, you go into water, and it will usually cool you off. You might be wondering, so how do I cool off in this game? They tried to do it, but it didn't really work. The thing is, the only way to cool your thing off is to go into deep snow. And it's really kind of hard telling what's regular snow and what's deep snow. I guess the deep snow slows you down a little bit, but not enough that you can't really recognize it. So it will be kind of hard trying to look for those patches of deep snow to cool off your boost. But other than that, it is a really fun game. I sunk a lot of hours into Arctic Edge, playing online, maxing up my car. I have like a Hummerish kind of car. It's not the fastest, but it can bash people into the dust. I also do have a really fast snowmobile, but I'm getting off topic. It's just a lot of fun. I mean, your mileage may vary on the online mode. Basically, you got a good connection, you're not going to see lag. You don't got a good connection, you're probably going to see some lag. But, that's how it is with every game. So that's all I got to say about it. MotorStorm Arctic Edge. Definitely buy it if you're looking for a good, fun racing game for the PSP.